Hello, good afternoon, Tribuners. Welcome back with me Mutiara in Indonesian News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here the complete news. The first news is the group of Indonesian Hajj Pilgrims has carried out the Wukuf in Arafah on Friday. One of the pillars of the Hajj, Wukuf in the plains of Arafah on 9 Dzulhijjah, is held on Friday, July 8, 2022. The Ministry of Religion of the Republic Indonesia, through its official Twitter account at Kemenak_RI, reported that starting at 7 o'clock a.m. Saudi Arabian time, Indonesian Hajj pilgrims gradually departed for Arafah on Thursday, July 7, 2022. The group of pilgrims Wukuf in Arafah on Friday, July 8, 2022. It is known at around 8 o'clock a.m. Saudi Arabia time, the first group bus arrived in Arafah. The bus was carried by congregation from the 6th embarkation group of Lombok and Jakarta Pondok Gede. One of the congregation, Zainal Muttaqin, repeatedly said Alhamdulillah. Based on observation, all facilities are ready to be used by Indonesian Hajj pilgrims. An average 1 tent is installed with 6 air conditioners with electricity supply from the Saudi Arabian State Electricity Company. In addition to carpets, in the tent there are also mattresses and pillows. For one maktab, there are 8 to 9 tents. Later, it will be filled with approximately 234 congregations. Each maktab also has separate small rooms for men and women. The next news is dozens of houses and Trans-Sulawesi routes are flooded. The flood occurred in Pongko Village, North Walenrang District, Luwu Regency, South Sulawesi, on Thursday, July 7, 2022 in the afternoon. The flood was caused by the overflow of the South Luwu River in the village. Information compiled flooding submerged dozens of residents' houses. In addition, water also overflowed into the body of the Trans-Sulawesi route. A dike high water covers the route. Submerged roads prevent vehicles from passing, both two-wheeled and four-wheeled vehicles. Vehicles that cannot pass will result in long traffic jams. Vehicles from Palopo to Masamba and vice versa filled up. The next news is sales of sacrificial goats in South Sumatra are declining. Ahead of al-Adha, 1443 Hijriah, sales of sacrificial goats in Lubuklinggau City, South Sumatra are still quiet. Many people in the city of Lubuklinggau are still reluctant to order sacrificial goats in advance. Residents do not want to take the risk because they are worried that the sacrificial goat they bought will die before al-Adha. Herman, one of the sellers of kurban animals in Jawa Kanan village, is Lubuklinggau sub-district, said that there were no buyers because many people were still afraid. When asked about the reason for the lack of buyers and orders at the moment, is it related to the mouth and nail disease which is currently spreading in South Sumatra? Herman admitted that so far there has been no effect because so far the disease has only infected cows and has not yet infected goats. Herman suspects the possibility of new buyers being crowded one day before al-Adha, even usually during the night before al-Adha, is also still crowded. For this reason, Herman admitted that his boss did not dare to buy goats in large quantities. He reasoned that because goats are unpredictable, they could look healthy today and suddenly die the next day. This is why this year the boss only prepared 12 kurban goats. Later, when they were finished, they took them back to the farmers in the Curup and Merasi areas. Although orders are still low, the price of kurban goats this year has increased compared to before. The price varies from 2.5 million to 4 million rupiah based on the size and weight of the goats sold. Of the two types of goats, the peanut type is the most sought after. The reason for the community is that it is older than the Etawa goat. The next uses. Prices of basic necessities in Malinau market soar ahead of al-Adha. Prices of basic necessities, including shallots, ahead of al-Adha 2022 at the Malinau market have soared. According to tribunkaltara.com's observations, in a number of markets, the price of these kitchen nets has skyrocketed twice from the normal price. According to data from the Department of Industry and Trade Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in Malinau, for the period of the end of May 2022, shallots are priced at 32,000 for 1 kilogram, starting to experience an increase in late June to early July 2022. It currently sells for 65,000 on the market. Vegetable trader in West Malinau, Lena Alu, when met at the market on Tuesday, July 5, 2022, explained that the price increase had been going on since mid-June 2022. The increase in the price of local shallots has actually made the supply of shallots from Malaysia sell well in the market when compared to local onion prices. The price of shallots from Malaysia is much cheaper in the market. According to Ambo, the price difference could be due to reduced supply of local onions. Also, in terms of quality, shallots have a more concentrated aroma and are smaller in size than neighboring shallots. The next uses. Consider not transparent. 13 Tangerang State High School is silent. 13 Tangerang State Senior High School officials were silent when they were confirmed about the viral video showing the school. The viral video on social media stated that the school was not transparent in the registration process for new student admissions for the academic year of 2022/2023. When Tribun Tangerang.com visited the 13th Tangerang State High School, Ciledug, Tangerang City on Thursday, July 7, 2022, one of the teachers at the school was reluctant to talk about the viral video. The reason is that he did not receive an order to clarify from the principal of the Tiga Bela Tangerang State High School and the head of the Banten Province Education Office, Branch Office, Tangerang City Region. Meanwhile, parents of prospective students who come to the school had difficulty meeting with the school. As previously reported, the Tiga Bela Tangerang State High School has become the spotlight of the public and netizen on Instagram and TikTok social media. The reason is, parents complained about the kids at the school when holding registration for new student admissions. One of those who complained about the registration service at Tangerang State High School was Ari. He came to Tigabel Tangerang State High School to revoke his child's school registration file, which was not accepted at Tangerang State High School. The reason is that the file will be used again to register for another school. However, Ari had to wait a long time to find a teacher or school administrator to withdraw his file. He said he had tried to circle the school area looking for the teacher on duty, but to not avail. According to him, the school service to prospective students is low. Meanwhile, he had to catch up on time to enroll her children in another school. The next news comes from Lampung. A man suffered a broken bone due to being thrown by a person with a mental disorder. Two bones in the palm of Karvin, a resident of Tegineneng, Pesawaran, Lampung, were broken. Karvin's injuries and fractures are thought to have been caused by a man suspected of having a mental disorder. The incident experienced by Karvin occurred when he was passing by Radin Intan Haji Menan Latar South Lampung on Wednesday, July 6, 2022 at around 10 o'clock a.m. At that time, he was riding his motorcycle to the University of Lampung. At the time, under the welcome gate in Bandar Lampung, Rajabasla stood a man suspected of having a mental disorder. However, Karvin did not expect the stone that the mental disorder insider was holding was thrown at him. Surprised with his reflex, Karvin parried the stone with his left hand due to the close proximity. The first sized rogue injury Karvin's camp. He admitted that he deliberately recorded the perpetrators throwing stones so that other motorists would pay attention. After documenting through his personal cell phone, Karvin rushed to the nearest health clinic. The clinic instead advised the victim to immediately go to the hospital, considering the condition of the wound on the palm of the hand was quite severe. The last news is, a father becomes a perpetrator of immoral acts in Ambon. Two perpetrators of child immorality in Ambon were detained by police investigators from the Ambon Island and Lis Island resorts. The two perpetrators of the immoral act include B, who is the victim's father, and OR. They were arrested at different times and places. B, who is the father of child immorality, was arrested on the day after OR was arrested on Saturday, July 2, 2022. The head of criminal investigation at the Ambon City Resort Police, Midomanik, said that two perpetrators of the immoral act against the 11-year-old teenager had been named as suspects. The two, said Mido, were suspected of Article 81, Paragraph 1 and 82, Paragraph 1 of the Law of the Republic of Indonesia No. 17 of the year 2016, with a maximum term of 20 years in prison. Currently, investigators are still continuing to investigate the two suspects. As reported, a father in Ambon had the heart to immortalize his biological daughter for years. This case was uncovered after the perpetrator, namely his biological father, B, reported another perpetrator, namely OR, who had the heart to do something to his daughter A, to the Reserve Police of Ambon Island and Lis Islands. Well, I think that's all the news for today with me, Mutiara. Don't forget to follow us in Tribun Lampung News Video YouTube, Tribun Lampung Facebook, Tribun Lampung Instagram, and Tribun Lampung TikTok for further information. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.